All right, so we're gonna, while we're waiting for Cat BF, we'll do some stuff that won't get copyright claimed, I don't think, as far as I know. So we got some Totally Studios material. All right, which ones aren't way too long? These are all like 20 minutes. There's lots of plane related ones. Kids eat too much candy on a plane. That one's only 13 minutes. 15 minutes. Girl thrown off plane for iPhone. Karen throws black flyer off plane. Only 10 minutes long. All right. This is the one we're doing. This also sounds racially charged, which is always a great thing for society.
In this video,
4K, also fucking 4K. Also, people leaving the stupidest fucking comments in the world, like, oh yeah, in worlds, in multiple planets, in multiple universes, like, oh yeah, what? Bet you Adam will talk about 4K within 30 seconds. It's like, yeah, that's when I open the video and see what the resolution is. You see it at the beginning of the video. I'm not gonna comment on it like later in the video. Like, that's when I notice it, obviously.
Seated in an exit row, please be prepared to assist other passengers in deplaning in case of an emergency.
Deplaning? Debussy?
We can't fly. I gotta get
Oh my god, I love the production value here. It's great.
off this thing.
Can I get up?
his face. Ah!
Get up?
He's scared.
This plane is so small. Is this the biggest
Okay, I don't need double subtitles. I don't know why they did this.
one they have?
Okay, and I should move my mouse over to this side if my webcam's gonna be here.
Mom, this is the biggest plane flying to Phoenix.
We booked the plane by size. We made sure to get you the biggest bird.
Well, at least we have the whole row to ourselves.
I'm Christian. You know what's funny? People complaining about like, oh man, kids wearing shirts with like pride flags on it. It's like, this is a torture this is literally a torture device. An ancient torture device, and everybody's like comfortable with that. Like, how much shit is in the Bible? Like, there's like rape and incest and like shit. Like, just everybody's comfortable with that. You know, wearing torture device on your clothes and on your fucking jewelry and shit. Like, okay, one's normalized, right? That's the only big difference, is one's normalized and arguably more harmful for children.
We don't, but it'll be fine.
I just really love the lowercase t. These are the... There is no airplane seat that swivels like that. Also, I love how this is obviously just like toilet paper. Sorry, paper towel is what I meant to say. You can see the patterns of like these are familiar paper towel patterns. This is a very funny set. I love it. Oh my god. What are they? Did they like, so the wall is not bad. The wall that they have there is not bad. Is the wall fake too?
This is so cramped.
Is it just, are they just in front of a green screen, or is there a wall and then the green screen cutout is here? Because it looks like there's a bit of a line here, you know? This is the, you can kind of see like the weird, what is it called? It's not like a shadow, like kind of light. Is it called diffusion? It's kind of like bleeding over from like the other background that doesn't exist. I don't know what the term is, but.
Can we at least open the window?
Mom, the shade's already up.
Can we at least open the window?
No, I mean, can't we open the window to get some fresh air?
I love how she's out of focus. That was great. And the out of focus makes the green screen more apparent too. You can see the really harsh lines here when, you know, it should be a bit blurrier if she's out of focus, but like the line is just as harsh as if she were in focus. So yeah, this actually helps me realize, yeah, there is a physical wall behind them and then the airplane window, because this is blurry right here. You know, you can see the blur connecting her and the wall, and then you see this jagged, harsh line in the actual window. So Yeah.
window to get some fresh air.
Mom, it doesn't work like that. Here, let me just adjust this air.
Mom, we're already on the biggest bird. Her eyes are crazy. They're very moist.
You've got extra space. Can we just trade seats?
I love her. She's fun.
Okay, but let's hope no one sits here.
I love how all of these React channels... Okay, so we got a bingo card here. Oh, God. I like how all of these React channels... Oh, my God. Totally Studio bingo. All they're doing is essentially just exposing how many, like, struggling actors there are in LA. Like, that's all this really reminds me of is like, oh, shit. Like, people are really struggling out here that they're in these videos. Like, they're really having a tough time making a living. Karen, sushi. Okay, we got Karen. Totally Studios watermark. You are watching Totally Studios. Do I see that anywhere? Maybe it was at the beginning. Too many cuts. We'll see. Asshole main character. Who's the main character? I guess it's the Karen. The Karen was right. Ooh. Soy face freeze frame. Subtitle error. Idiot in charge. Destruction of tech. Bad running joke. Out of focus character. Okay. Free. Green screen, obviously. Stock footage. Combining two videos. Does that mean a previous video they've made? Character gets fired. Good face. Bad audio. Video title is a lie. Bad editing. Glorifying terrible things. TikTok. Computer chairs in inappropriate places. These look like gamer chairs. Like, look at this shit. Look. This looks like a computer gamer chair, so I don't know if that counts, I guess. Bad shot composition. Oh, yeah. Minecraft / Roblox. All right. So I'm going to ignore that, and someone else can, Olivia, can figure out if you win a bingo. Purple. That was a tit shot. They had enough space to like go around each other without even going to the aisle. This is incredible. I wish my airplane seats swiveled for no reason. So here's a weird, you remember that video where I was like talking about like Karen shit? You know, like, oh, am I the asshole? And it was a bunch of like really awful customer service experiences. I've been on enough airplanes now that like, so I'm very tall. And so they have the takeoff and landing procedures, which is move your chair upright so that it's not, you know, reclining, and then make sure your seatbelt is on. Those are like the two rules, other than like, don't have anything out that's not your phone. Like, don't have a laptop out, anything that could like move around, fly around, hit somebody if there's like turbulence or whatever, right? And this has only been an issue on a couple of different flights, and it seems like it's just like someone with bad training, or just like, I don't know, like there's no way that this is like an actual rule, but there are some, like 1 out of every 30 flights or something, somebody has like pretended it's a rule. So the headrest, I have it up if it can go up. Sometimes they don't even go up. I have it up throughout the flight because I'm very tall and I would like some neck support. And there's been like, I don't know if 1 out of 30 is correct. I don't know if I've been on 30 flights in the past like few years. I've been flying a lot though recently, but there's been like 2 flights ever basically where the flight attendant was like, no, you have to put down your headrest for like landing and takeoff. And I've never started an argument about it. I'm like, are you sure? Like, what I want to say is, okay, so I understand the whole point of like having your seat up during landing and takeoff is that landing and takeoff is like the most common time to experience any sort of like, I don't know, issue or crash, or like they want you to be buckled up for this and have everything, you know, sturdy and not able to fly around, because that is the highest likelihood of an opportunity for there to be like some sort of like issue that could cause people to fly around or whatever. They want to make sure that you're in your seat for that. And so I think in their minds, like these two people, they're like, no, you have to have the chairs back at the default position from before the before the passengers are able to modify their seats or whatever. But in my mind, I'm like, if we crash, I'm gonna break my fucking neck. Like if my neck is above, if my neck is above like where the headrest is fixed. So like I've never started this argument, but if it happens again, I'm really tempted, depending on how busy of a flight it is, depending on how busy they look trying to get things, like maybe if it's the beginning of the flight or something, like we're just taking off and we're not like late or something, then I might just be like, okay, is there a reason? I'm pretty sure I asked that question at least before, but I've never broke it down for them being like, hey, if my head goes flying back and the headrest isn't up, I break my neck. So that seems less safe. I'm not posing more of a risk to anybody behind me. It's not like the headrest is extending backwards. So I don't understand. And most flights, I don't think they think that that's a rule and they don't care. But there's been like 2 instances where they've like been like, no, you have to. And I've just been like, okay, well, I guess I'm putting myself at more risk of injury because you think that that is something I should be doing. Anyway, let's go back.
Oh, this is much better. We have the whole row to ourselves.
Passengers, this flight
Here's the thing.
is
I don't think it's an actual policy from the airline. I think it's like a flight attendant that was mistaken on both sides. I don't think it's an actual policy. Turn the volume up. I can do that. All right. Oh, whoops. It was like way down there.
100% full, so please take all of your seats and stow your carry-on items.
27, 28, C. All right, here we go. Hello, ladies.
So did they get, like, they got like an interior airplane set or something? Like, do they own this? Do they rent it? They have I guess they must own it if they have so many airplane videos. If they have so many plane videos. Oh my God, there's the watermark. What? He has a bag and it's blue? Oh my God. That's a gang symbol. He's a Crip.
Thank you so much.
Is this Crip camp?
Okay. Okay.
Why does he have to sit right here?
Oh my God. And his hoodie's red. That means he's a Blood and a Crip. They green screen the background and use computer chairs for seats. They green screen the background outside of the plane window. I think that's... I don't know if it's like a green screen. Look at it. You can see... Look at how their outline interacts with the wall versus what's outside the window. I think it's just outside the window that's green screened. I think there's green fabric in the windows, behind the windows. But I think that the interior of the plane is a physical set.
I don't have any control on where
Look at all this glitching happening just on the window. Glitching and the harsh line. It's not happening anywhere else on the outline. It's only on the window.
seat the passengers.
Don't they know I'm claustrophobic?
Well, there's no place to enter that when I buy the tickets.
Karen is uncomfortable.
Was there something happening in the window right there? Why did the background shift for a second?
To enter that
Look right outside the window. The background shifted.
when I buy the tickets.
Was the plane about, like, the plane went from like 0 to fucking 5-10 miles per hour like instantly? They're gonna get shot back with some G-force. Oh my God, my camera's covering it up. I'll make sure that you can see this. Hold on. All right, we'll do it one more time. Look at this. Look at the window on the right.
I buy the tickets.
Oops, why did it freeze there? Okay, that was YouTube.
When I buy the tickets.
See?
Karen is
It moved like a
uncomfortable
frame. It shifted like a frame. Which also helps to confirm that
spaces and is having a
the
negative
window is,
reaction to her seatmate.
independent from the frame.
Passengers, we are now pulling away from the gate. I will begin explaining the safety measures for this flight.
It feels like we're moving.
Yes, that's what happens when you're on a plane, Mom.
What? You never told me. Yeah, like they clearly this wall is a set. This wall is a set. I swear. There's like, you can see like the like slight shadow here too. Right? Am I wrong? Am I crazy? Sometimes it's so confusing watching these.
I still don't
I'm always like really interested in just like what's real.
have enough room.
Just relax. We'll be in Phoenix before you know it.
In case of loss
Like, I don't think she's in front of a green screen right now, right? Is she? Is she? Maybe? Is she? She might be. I think she is actually.
of
Is she?
cabin
What's
pressure,
happening?
oxygen mask will drop from
It's got like decent tracking if it is. I know the perspective's off, but that's probably because they have like a really shit small like set. And they have her, they're trying to fit like a camera in there and everything.
overhead compartment.
Like, I think it might, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. This, even the last video I watched of these people was also very confusing.
Oxygen masks? What's wrong?
It's just a safety measure.
Oh my God.
Oxygen measures? Why? What's wrong?
That's just what they do on planes.
And in case of a water landing, there are flotation devices underneath your seats.
What about inflation?
Water landing? What's wrong?
She's never been on a plane in her entire life, I guess.
I thought we were going to Phoenix.
This is crazy.
We are going to Phoenix, Mom. That's just in case of an emergency.
Damn.
What emergency?
What?
What emergency?
Oh, the two subtitles were two different characters, which is an odd choice, honestly. Should probably separate those. Like the one subtitle for two different characters.
If you are seated in an exit row, please be prepared
Beep. Repaired.
to assist other passengers in deplaning in case of an emergency.
She looks happy.
That's it. We can't fly. I gotta get off this thing.
That's it. They have emergency preparedness plans. We can't fly here. We need to go to an airline that does not have such plans.
Can I get up?
I love how this was the moment that they used at the beginning of the video. Like, oh yeah, you can't. You won't believe how it gets to this position, and it's just like, okay, well now it's there, and nothing has happened. It was just she's never been on a plane before.
Can I get up?
Can I get up? Like that was the cliffhanger at the beginning.
Excuse me, ma'am. You need to sit down. We are on the taxi.
Did they change actors, or are there two? No, yeah, there are two. How come I can't remember the word I was just saying 5 minutes ago? Flight attendants. There we go.
Way.
No, you don't understand.
I'm the one with dementia.
I'm leaving. Where's the exit row?
Ma'am, we cannot take off until you sit down.
No, like the other stewardess said, I'm deplaning.
Mom, stop complaining.
Without the subtitle, stop complaining. That is so weird. I understand the intent with that, but like, holy shit, that was so weird.
Just said, I'm deplaning.
Mom, stop complaining.
They film in a similar area. Yeah, it's called Los Angeles, where you can exploit the vulnerable because everybody moves there thinking they're gonna fucking be a star or sell a screenplay, and then a screenplay, and then everybody winds up in the service industry. And so it's just a bunch of rich people looking down on people at Starbucks, working at Starbucks with shattered, broken dreams, and then you can pay them minimum wage to give, you know, to get them acting jobs in Darman and Totally Studios videos.
Ma'am, it's company policy. We can only stop this flight if there's an emergency.
Well, is it company policy to seat someone who takes up 2 seats?
Oh, it's his fatness and not his race. Oh, I love this face. Good face. Bingo card. Done. Good face. Oh my God.
Excuse me?
The pilot just stopped the flight. What is wrong?
The pilot heard?
Have an emergency with this woman here.
It was never communicated to the pilot, so maybe there's a different issue.
Ma'am, what seems to be the issue?
Oh, she's kind of claustrophobic.
See, look again. There's zero, you can see like all the detail of her hair here, and then as soon as it gets to the window, it starts summarizing. It starts doing like a really like Photoshop-y version of her hair. Like it has to be a set. It has to be a set outside from the window, right? Otherwise, why would, like, look, her hair, this little line here, zoom in, Olivia, this little line here, like, essentially disappears here. And then this part right here, right? There's none of that happening outside the window. All of this, you can see the detail in her hair. But as soon as it hits the window frame, then we get weird shit.
No, you got.
You don't think you're going to zoom in, or you don't think that it's a set? I don't know what you're saying. You really think they just green screen it? Well, they green screened everything outside the window. I think that there's, if it's not a set, I don't know how to explain these other things. If it's the same screen, if it's the same screen that they're in front of, if there's one big screen behind them, there'd be no good explanation for why the details in her hair, like all of the outlines of them, they're consistent with the focus of the camera. Look, he just blends in fine. And then you get this weird like chunk here as soon as you hit the window. Look at that. You know? Like the rest of it looks fine. Like all of the outlines to where they should be. If it's one big screen, it should be consistent throughout. But it's only on the window. If for sure it has to be a set, right?
No, you got a passenger here taking.
You have to zoom in on those things. Let people know. Let people know the truth. It's such an obvious cutout here too in the window. Like, sure, I guess you could still have like an image of a window and then they cut out further from that image of the window. Maybe they did something really weird, like they double chroma keyed or something. Like, I don't know what they did.
My seat.
Ma'am, I need you to relax. Can I bring you snacks?
This is why I was so confused with that other video. Like, the way that things are framed and like the perspective, it's almost like forced perspective shit. Like they're trying to make them look like fucking Peter Jackson original Lord of the Rings trilogy shit. Like they're trying to look like giants or something, but like that's not the context of what's happening in the film, right? Look, so, like she's out of focus. She's in focus, she's out of focus, and her line, there's nothing like weird happening in terms of like a jagged edge. I think they're in front, I think they have a real airplane set. Why else would they have like fucking 800 airplane videos if they don't have a set? They're obviously just utilizing it, right?
Or a drink or something as soon as we take off?
No, we're gonna have to return to gate.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Looks like these passengers aren't going anywhere.
Why would they not have an airplane set? It could be a shit airplane set. It could be one that they can rent out. I'm pretty sure there's things in LA where you can actually rent those things out also. I don't think it's like that crazy in Los Angeles to like rent out an airplane set. I think you could do it affordably actually. I think there's existing airplane sets that you can just get in Los Angeles that are already in front of a green screen that they wouldn't even need to own. So yeah, stock footage. Bingo.
I'm going to need you to deplane now.
And like, I think the perspective is just weird because the perspective is weird in all of the shots. Like, look at, like, it's night and day. Look at her hair here, and then as soon as it hits the window, look at this line. Look at this weird line. Otherwise, it's fine. The window is what's causing the issue. That's where the chroma key is. We can just see some shadow. Like some consistent shadow that moves with the environment.
Two, sir.
Why do I have to get off? She's the one with the problem. I'm just sitting.
Damn, it's so weird. Because look, the chair. Look here. Look here how this folds in like that. How it's like making up the information in what should be like a bit more of a jagged corner here. That wouldn't exist if this was continuing along here, and that was all a part of the same. Like, look, if you zoom in really far here, you can notice that it actually cuts into his hoodie a bit more as soon as it hits the window. It's like lower, it's lower down.
I'm here minding my business.
I'm sorry, sir. Only one seat per
They
passenger.
like see. I'm not saying it's literally impossible that the interior airplane is like just completely just like they're filming in front of a green screen and it's not even, they don't even have a set. I'm not saying that's impossible, but they must have done something fucking weird to achieve the way that it looks, if that is the case. Like I'm always fascinated and confused by these, because like what they're showing just doesn't make sense visually.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I fly this run twice a month with no problem.
Notice how, look at this.
Month with no problem.
Notice how the exterior, everything outside the window is like shifting.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I fly this run twice a month.
Whereas like the camera shake is consistent with everything interior. So they would have had to have tracked, one layer perfectly and then not applied those exact same settings to the second layer because they have two layers for some reason.
I fly this run twice a month with no problem.
See, like the camera shake is consistent with the interior, but not the exterior.
I fly this run twice a month with no problem.
Well, sir, we will settle all this at the gate.
What? I have a speaking engagement I have to be at. I can't get off this plane.
Sorry, what is happening in the plot? I've been so hyper. This is my, okay, like, I don't know if I'm diagnosed with, I am not officially diagnosed with autism. I hyper focus too much on, this is what happens when I'm like watching certain movies. Like, sometimes it's not like, oh, Adam's not paying attention to the movie. It's I'm paying too much attention to very hyper specific things that cause me to like, I ignore parts of the plot because I'm just too focused on like some of the technical shit sometimes, you know, like sometimes it's like, it's so weird and interesting or wrong that I have to like, I'm not going to be satisfied unless I think about it. It's like one of those times where it's like, oh, like what's that actor's name or something, you know? And like, you have to remember or else it's just going to ruin your day.
Relax. Can I bring you snacks or a drink or something as soon as we take off?
No, we're gonna have to return to gate.
Oh my.
Looks like these passengers
Okay, so
aren't
no passengers are going anywhere because they have to return to gate because of Karen.
going anywhere.
Was this the first instance of voiceover? Did we need that? This is crazy.
I'm going to need you to deplane now.
Get off deplane.
You too, sir.
What do I have to get off? She's the one with the problem. I'm just sitting here minding my business.
So the word black man is in caps here. It kind of gives very different impressions. There's an angry face. Very different impressions as to what the fuck the issue is. Like, she's not exactly so much a Karen. She's just someone who belongs in an old folks home who has never taken a plane. She might be a time traveler. I don't know. She has like dementia or something. I don't know. Where's the line between someone with mental disabilities versus someone who's being an asshole, right? Like, I think she's more on the moron. I think she's more on the people with disabilities side.
I'm sorry, sir. Only one seat per passenger.
What? How did she, what in? She's the one with the problem.
She's the one with the problem. I'm just sitting here
minding my own business.
business.
I'm sorry, sir. Only one seat per.
Why did she say that? Why is she just calling him fat now? What did that have to do with anything he said? That has nothing to do with the issue. What are you talking about?
Passenger.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I fly this run twice a month with no problem.
I fly this run twice a month with no problem.
Well, sir, we will settle all this at the gate.
What? I have a speaking engagement I have to be at. I can't get off this plane.
I'm sorry, sir. It's airline policy. Please don't make me have to call the authorities.
I can't believe this.
We're gonna fucking arrest you or shoot you or both. Don't touch me. What did any of that have to do with only one seat per passenger? What did any of that? Why did she say that line? Were they filming a separate airplane video and they needed to, oh, maybe they were getting like a pickup shot. They forgot to film that line for another airplane video. They're like, passenger told he has to buy 2 seats because they're fat, and they forgot to film that line last time. They're like, okay, well, we're in the airplane set today. We've got this same actor here today. Let's do that. Let's record that line. We'll get it for the other shot, the other film. And then in the editing process, that information never got like passed down to somebody. And then they included it as if it was supposed to belong in this film. Like, what do you want to bet that they have an airplane video that has to do with like somebody being fat? What if I put in the words, I went to their channel, I type in the search bar, fat plane. Okay, here we go. And so we go, airline weighs passengers before flying. Too heavy for this plane. Posted 9 months ago. This was posted a year ago, August 2021. Karen flows. Stinks up. Okay, so too heavy for this. Like, okay, I don't know if that's the same. Like, there's no way that was a line that was filmed for this video unless there's like a deleted scene. Although this one's particularly short compared to the others, so there might be a deleted scene. Thank you, Mere Pebble. I appreciate it. Thank you for the sub. Why are there so many results? That's what I was saying. Like, they clearly have like a plane set and they're making so many plane videos. Like, they're doing so many plane videos. I feel like they just have access to a plane set. There's a lot of plane videos here. Okay.
This man has been asked
The
to...
audio editing, there was like you could hear in the background, there was like a kid that started to make a noise and then it was just a harsh cut, like, eh. Listen.
This man has been asked to leave the airplane, even though he's not the one creating a problem.
Flight 63.
Now what?
From London.
I guess we wait here for.
See, they're in front of a screen, but it almost looks like a backlit projector, you know? It almost looks like it's not a green screen, but it's actually a backlit projector. Because we're not getting, like, isn't this weird? This is what I was talking about with the last Totally Studios video. Like, I couldn't figure out how the fuck they do that. They make it look so weird.
I can't believe this.
Please proceed. The baggage claim.
Like, why else would it be so washed out? Everything in the background, so like fucking. It looks like it's a backlit projector.
You three, wait right here. I'm gonna get some help.
This is all your fault.
It was a full flight, but we were the only 3 people on the plane, actually.
Not our fault.
It was the biggest plane, but it only fit 3 people.
You're the one who sat next to me.
Sorry, what was the issue? Was she
Look, lady, I've been
washing out? Those are the words.
patient with you, okay? Do you have any idea who I am?
I'm Elon Musk.
Why would we?
We were just minding our own business.
I like how she's defending her mother.
I understand.
Oh, that was so funny. I was like, why did they change the framing to leave so much space on the left-hand side all of a sudden? And then they just took forever for the other character to show up.
Why would we?
We were just minding our own business.
Like, what's this happening for? Oh,
I
hello.
understand we have somebody here that's afraid to fly.
Yeah, I think it's him.
I'm sorry, sir. We can refund your ticket. Would you like me to look into ground transportation?
I like how they didn't communicate which passenger was causing an issue. And immediately the Karen is like, oh yeah, it's him. He doesn't want to fly. So she'll, what she wants to get back on the plane and then they'll do the safety announcement again and she'll be fine? Like, is she not going to remember that was her issue?
No, I fly for a living, and I need to get back on this flight.
I fly for a living. I'm an airline reviewer. Damn, I should have an airline review channel.
No. That's not the problem.
Really?
No, the lady
Get every flight's a tax write-off.
in pink is claustrophobic.
Oh, is that her daughter and husband?
Hell no.
No, that's not what's happening. This man's
She's not, they're not capturing they're not capturing the subjects very well within the frame.
taking 2 seats.
And he's crowding my mom out.
Sir, I'm gonna need to.
I like her. She's funny. I'm gonna pause for a few bits on her. Yes. She reminds me a bit of Uncut Gems. You know?
Sir,
Julia Fox. A little bit of Adele Dazeem, you're right.
I'm gonna need to take you to screening.
Australia, now arriving at
No, that won't be necessary because I'm exempt.
You know the code.
Exempt?
So are we.
Well, this is a wrong subtitle because this should have been a question mark. The inflection, she's asking a question. Exempt, not exempt.
Exempt?
So are we.
Is this April Fool's or something? Is there a hidden camera or something?
And also the punctuation here, there shouldn't be one sentence. There should be 2 sentences with question marks at the end.
This seems like a security issue. Will you go get some assistance?
This should be 2 sentences, not 1 sentence.
Right away. I'll go get an air marshal.
Excuse me, are there any passengers who are willing to trade seats? I am authorized.
So this might, okay, I think this shot is backlit projector again. This is, okay, they have a side, they have like 2 frames of a wall. They have 2 connecting frames of an airline wall just so they can get the window shot and a green screen in the background of the window. And then for these shots, it's backlit projector. And that's why we're not seeing the green screen effects through their hair on this shot. And that's why the perspective looks weird, is that they're using stock footage of an airplane. This guy is not an actor that was on set. This is stock footage. They're using a backlit projector for these shots. Okay. This is fun. I think I'm figuring it out.
To offer a free one-way ticket to anyone who will trade their seat. No takers? Well, in that case, I'm authorized to give a free round-trip ticket to anyone who will trade their seat. I'll do it. Okay, you, ma'am.
Do I have to take a later flight?
This is so weird.
No, not at all. I just need you to take seat 27C. Oh, okay. Let me get my stuff.
Oh, wow.
And then they're back to the wall set. They have just a wall. And it's not an actual airplane set, it's just a wall.
I have the whole row to myself.
Here he is.
I love the classic fade, but not enough frames to make the fade. Like, you linger on one frame during the fade when you could just, God, there's no fucking way the footage cut out like that early. Why are you being so stupid? Oops.
Oh, wow. I have the whole row to myself.
Here he is.
Agent Daniels, how can I help you?
These three claim to be exempt from screening and want to get back on the flight.
Let these two
Is this...
ladies back on the flight, but I need to talk to this one.
Yeah, I see what's going on here.
Oh, he's black. Sorry, is this, I forget his name. I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not gonna try and... Riz Ahmed? Is that his name?
This one.
Yeah, I see what's going on here.
Finally, we get to board without this man.
It wasn't Aziz Ansari. It wasn't a bad date.
By the time we get to Phoenix, I'll be sleeping.
Are we changing the spelling of Phoenix to this now? Is this how we've decided we're spelling Phoenix? Phoenix. Okay.
What would you like us to do with this passenger?
Who, Ray?
Yeah, that's me.
You've dealt with this guy before?
Well, he is exempt from screening, and he knows everyone personally because it's his job to fly. I'm Riz Ahmed.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, Chase and I have been through a lot.
How is that?
He's an air
How is that? I like that take. We're going back. Oh, this is most replayed. A lot of people skipping to figure out what the resolution to the conflict is.
I've been through a lot.
How is that?
How is
He's
that?
an air marshal too.
He's an air marshal too. This is so funny. Are they gonna say OMG?
A lot.
How is that?
He's an air
I'm just gonna make it so that this disappears before
Yeah,
it gets
that's
to her.
me.
You've dealt with this guy before?
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, Chase and I have been through a lot.
How is that?
How is that?
He's an air marshal too.
He's an air marshal too.
OMG.
Oh.
I'll let her go this time. Besides, I bet you.
I'm just gonna... She's making a good face that's covered by my webcam on the right. I'm just gonna make sure everybody sees that. I'm a good guy.
An air marshal too.
OMG.
Oh.
I'll let her go this time. Besides, I bet you.
Thank
those
you for
two
the
are not gonna
omelet.
get off-
It was delicious. It was delicious. I loved it.
Did you taste the? I mixed it in the truff.
Oh, in the truff?
Did you taste it?
I tasted. I mean, there was a lot of flavors in there. I'm not sure. I didn't immediately pull truff.
Okay.
You must not have used a whole lot of it.
Not really. No.
It is a very overpowering flavor if you do use.
Yeah, I try not to use too much.
That makes sense. Thank you so much.
The ground.
Now that we've reboarded, it's time to continue our flight. Are there any questions about the safety announcement?
Yes, I'd like to hear them.
What if, hear me out, what if they don't have a set and they have an image of the airplane wall on a backlit projector but the image that they're projecting backlit has the green already cut out there in the backlit image, and then they chroma key that in post. What if the wall is backlit projector, but then after the fact they chroma key the image just from the windows, but not anything else? So a backlit image of airplane walls with green windows, and then they chroma key it. That's entirely possible. I do see like a little bit of shadow here, but I don't know if that's just like default, like, because you can imagine, you can see like a little, you can see along here, you know, it kind of like matches how she's sitting. So there might be a wall there. I'm actually undecided on that, but
Again?
No, we're good.
Woo!
plane's moving. What's going on?
We're getting ready
Yeah,
to take
okay,
off.
hold on. Look at that. You can see the shadow of her hand. She moves her hand. It is a wall. It is a wall, not a backlit projector. They have chroma key here. They use backlit projector for the... I told you it was a wall. Look at this. Look at this shit. Her hand moves.
We're getting ready to
Her hand moves. The shadow right there. Right there. Olivia, you have to zoom in. We figured this shit out.
We're getting ready
We have a real shadow. Her hand moved and the shadow is there. That's why they have so many plane videos. They have an actual plane wall with green cut out in the background and then backlit projector used for the other scenes. Look at her hand move. Look at the projector. You have to zoom in one more time just in case people didn't get it.
What's going on?
We're getting ready to
Look at that. And then you can see a little bit from her head too. I'm so happy.
What's going on?
We're getting ready to take off.
We are moving now. Please make sure your tray tables are in the upright and locked position.
So this is backlit projector for sure then. Because this is just the perspective just wouldn't make sense. And the colors are more washed out.
And that your seatbelts are fastened.
Excuse me, can I get one of those oxygen masks?
She says masks and the subtitle says oxygen things. She clearly says the word masks out loud, but the subtitle said oxygen things.
Right and locked position, and that your seatbelts are fastened.
Excuse me, can I get one of those oxygen masks?
No, ma'am. Those are for emergency use only.
Emergency use only, and then the subtitle said emergencies only.
Ma'am, those are for emergency use only.
But this is an emergency.
What's wrong, Mom? We just had an emergency. What can I help you with?
I like how the engine startup sound, the file that they used ended, and so they just replayed, like the engine cut out and then came back in. They're like, oh, end of file, and then they repeated the file. You can stitch them together. You can elongate them artificially if you know what you're doing. If you're like any competency whatsoever in editing, you can figure that shit out. Thank you for the sub, Sir Squilly. But they decided not to.
What's wrong, Mom?
Fade out, start again.
Just had an emergency. What can I help you with?
I can't do this. I'm gonna get out.
Here we go again.
Oh, imagine writing that. Then she looks at the camera. She looks at the audience and says, "Here we go again."
Karen's fears caused her to blame Ray for her problems, but no amount of blame.
Did the guy get back on the flight? Is he in first class? Did he miss the flight even though they had like they figured out that he's also special?
Will help her get to Phoenix. Remember,
why are you putting the subtitle on her chin now? It was just fine at the bottom of the frame. What the hell?
being rude to others is
Is that like a cocaine scoop on her necklace? Is that like a little
never the way to get what you want. If you like this video, please leave us a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to see all the new ones. Bye.
all the new ones?
Here, put this one on, sweetie.
Who's this? Is this a sneak preview? Is this the same character?
Now,
Is this William H. Macy playing Donald Trump?
this.
What Junior doesn't realize is that he just lost his inhaler, which he needs to control his asthma.
That's right, sweetie.
Just two more.
Thanks for watching. Here's the patron list for June 2023. Andres Avila, Easy Game 69, Nico Fuentes, Joel999, Wrigglemoss, Speak of the Joker, No Rope, T King, Salive88, Trouble Man, Sammy Newton, Orange Juice Slurper has a tumor in her head the size of a peanut. Yup, yup, yup. Caden Mack, Charisma, The Super One Player, Zachary Kane, Gillyflower, Mandel Bro, Purple Fire, Gabriel Herrera, Hoofy Dough, and Lemonade Warrior is participating in the hit game Among Us and is considered the encroacher. Happy Pride, everybody.